but we'll get into more of that later. But yeah, I really do think that's a big one. Especially when you have, previous kids and things like that. It's kind of like, huh? Like,
right.
It didn't stop you then. Why is it stopping you now?
Because, I know we're going to talk about it later, but I did like, when you get happy, you meet a new person and you tell people like, oh yeah, yeah. And then, so you tell who, it could be a friend, coworker, whatever, cousin, family member, whoever.
Yeah.
You hit that yet? Yes.
What did you say?
No, I'll be like, no, we practice abstinent. And then, the next thing it'd be like, what? But yeah, so
that is really funny. That is a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. So.
That's a good one.
But
and I also think that people assume that we've been together longer than what we've actually been. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is that no.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing crazy though.
No, not crazy.
All right, so what makes our relationship different from others on social media?
Well, first off, we don't compare ourselves. We can't compare it to the next person. We come across a lot of amazing couples pages and their content. And definitely, we show our love. But I feel like it's we can't compare ourselves to the next person because we're different in our own right.
Right. That's
in our journey. In our journey is different from anybody else.
Yeah, it's unique. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think about that either.
Okay, you know what? I like that. Should we just wrap this up?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rip it. I'm just gonna go to the next one.
Yeah, go to the next one.
But I think that pretty much sums it up because I mean you can go into detail, right? But ultimately, what that encompasses is that your journey is your own unique journey.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's
so it's not worth trying to be like somebody else.
Yeah.
And I have a backstory to that, and I know like we trying to stay on topic, but when I first started going to the gym and things like that, like I never went to the gym with a trainer or never like used to follow fitness influencer because I wanted to do it my way, and I feel like I've overachieved my fitness goal because I did it my way.
That is actually so true because I agree. Like that's actually a really good perspective because I mean in the beginning you were a lot more hands-on with our social media and then I kind of like took over most of it, like creating the videos and etc., getting things together. And I would say there hasn't been one point where I've went to someone else's social media and try to like been like, oh, I seen them do this, so let's do that. It's always been us doing things that like just doing it our way.
Yeah, just doing it our way.
And not like trying to copy somebody else. Yeah. So I think that's something that has been huge. Even when I hear people like talk about social media and like, oh, you should do this and oh, you should do that. Should you do this? Especially if you have like know people who are into content creation. And still like never not once has I been like, oh yeah, I want to do that. Like I'm so focused on just kind of creating our own path and whether there's going to be mistakes or things that could have been better along the way or we could have done better along the way. It's like I want it to be like our own learning process, if that makes sense. Like trial and error. Like there's no harm in trial and error when it comes to like social media when you're coming from a good place.
Yeah, you got to figure it out. You know what I mean? You can't walk before you crawl. You got to crawl before you walk.
Yeah, true. Okay, so when did you realize this relationship was serious?
Baby. Well, I realized it very, very short. That's why, hence we everything happened, right?
Yeah.
No. I felt it when the moment I, went on your page, you know what I mean? Because I was in that vibration of just finding my person, but she has to be the right person. And although it was over the internet and, we just, mentioned how, altering or how fake it can be, right? But that was something that really I knew because I was where I was at in my life. I knew like, okay, I have discernment. I can tell. I can, you know what I mean, I know, and I
Like
have
have
to,
more experience and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
I know the right questions to ask once I get to that point, right? So, I knew when I hit the first light.
Whew, it's getting hot in here. I love that. Very intentional. I feel like how I knew it was serious was, I would say, the early conversations we had on the phone. And the thing that really there was a couple things. I felt like there was a lot we could relate on.
Yeah.
I felt like you were a really good listener. And I also felt like you were asking such in-depth questions. It wasn't like, oh, what's your favorite color? It wasn't like, what do you like to do for fun? Like, it was, everything was so deep and like sparked deep questions. It wasn't just like a one word answer. Like, it's like you actually truly wanted to get to know me, how I thought, things that I experienced and things like that. And I've never had that experience with anybody, especially like for first time. Usually it is those kind of like,
ABC questions.
Right, ABC questions. And that was like you didn't want to know my middle name. Like you wanted to know like my deepest, darkest secret. Maybe not my deepest, darkest secret, but you didn't want to know my middle name.
For sure.
You didn't want to know. Instead of wanting to know my middle name, you wanted to know.
What's your plans? What's your next move?
Right.
How do you see yourself? Shoot, you know what I mean? What? Just all the things that that I wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that was another thing. I was like, oh wow, this is like different.
Is it? I think I was asking intentional questions.
Very intentional. Everything was very intentional. Very. Very direct. Very intentional. It was very like, hey, like, I'm not trying to waste your time. I don't want to waste your time. I like what I see. So let me ask you this list of questions to see if this is still gonna go past, go into the next phase.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Without saying that directly. So
exactly.
What were our first impressions of each other? I'll say mine. Should I go first?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, my first impression of you. So I guess I really had two first impressions, right? Because we started talking over the phone first, and then we also had the first time we met each other in person. When I first started talking to you over the phone, my first impression was, oh, he has a really cute voice. And it kind of ties into the last question. I just really enjoyed how intentional you were. Like, to me, that meant a lot. And also my first impression was, oh, he's mature. Like, he's not here to play games. He's not here to, like, for none of that. Like, if I'm not for him, like, he's not gonna like play games. It's not like you're gonna just string me along. So yes, and that was something that I was looking for, like someone who's already had life experiences, been through X, Y, and Z, and is like ready to like settle down and like start a family, essentially. Yeah, and you were giving me those signs. So yeah, my first impression of you in person, I said, oh, he is even more fine in person. And I said, I thought you were short. I thought you was on the shorter side. And when I looked up at you, I said, oh, thank you, God. I was so happy. I said I could look up at him. For some reason, I just thought you were shorter. I don't know. And I don't think I ever asked you how tall you were because I was scared of the answer. But I was still willing to meet you in person because I didn't want things to be based off of, I want things to be based more off of things such as height. Like, you can't change your height. Right, you know what I mean? Things like that. So, yeah, that was a good surprise. I was like, oh wow, he's so fine. And you were just your smile got me. You had a smile on you the whole time, and just
yeah.
And you were the same person, like
Yeah.
in person as on the phone. Like there was no cutoff or anything. So that was another impression I had. I was like, okay.
Super dope. Yeah. Okay, well, it's my turn. Okay, so my first impression of you, I'll start on the phone. I thought you was very quiet. You was like, because how I think I was more intentional than you were. You was super quiet, and I felt like I was doing all the talking.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like I felt like I was doing all the talking, and I feel like maybe okay, cool. In my head, it was like a defense mechanism. Maybe like okay, cool. Like and in past experience, I'm like, damn, she ain't interested. Then I'm gonna whatever, make it whatever, switch up. But I just stayed with the course and I just slowed down and I just like, I just want more. So maybe I have to ask more like intentional questions.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, you was very, very, very like just quiet. Like if I didn't have nothing to say, we probably would have been on the phone like this.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm a talker, but I'm not probably
You said that too.
And I am. I mean,
yeah,
you know me now.
Right,
I am a talker.
For sure.
But I'm not good at coming up with like conversation. I mean, maybe with you I'm good at it, right? But just in general, I'm not really like if I don't know people, so I'm not good with starting
I'm
conversation.
Correct.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. I'm talking about when we was texting, because we started texting, and then we said, okay, you want to call? So I don't know how the conversation.
I know how it happened. I was trying to get you to call me because I wanted to talk on the phone.
Your voice.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your voice, and I wanted to actually have a phone conversation as opposed to texting. So I think I had said something. I think I'm the one who kind of initiated the phone conversation.
Nah.
Yeah, I think I kind of made you. I think in my head, I'm like, I'm going to make him want to talk to me on the phone.
Okay.
In some way, somehow I did that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
But, anyway, we got on the phone.
Yeah.
And when we got on the phone, I'm like, ooh, heck yeah. You sound good.
Until I laugh. Good.
Yeah, you do got a unique laugh, but that's okay. That's part of not being perfect. So.
Right. Oh.
You can't have a perfect everything and then not have a something
off. It's the first time you said that.
But no, I didn't. What'd I say?
You said my laugh is crazy.
No, I did not.
And that's marriage. Just kidding.
Right. The woman can never be wrong. But yeah, no. So definitely, that's what my first impression was. It was just like you was quiet. You didn't have like conversation but I felt like again, it was a defense mechanism. But when I see you in person, I spotted you from damn near 100 feet away. I knew like
in the airport, y'all.
It was the hair, really. Yeah, it was in the airport. It was the hair. You was walking down the terminal, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I already knew that's her. I already know that's her. That's why I had the camera set up and everything. You know what I mean? But because the hair gave it away. And I think it was that style.
Yeah,
right there.
Just longer.
Yeah, it was longer. So, but definitely that's and then as you was getting closer and closer, it was like, okay, she getting close. And then when I see her, I was like, dang, she looked the same. It ain't no catfish, or it ain't no, she wasn't, putting on a facade in her, photos. And then, so that was the first impression, like, damn, she looked the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And mind you, yes, I was using some filters.
But you still look the same. You don't really need a filter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's social media and it's
so
fun,
I mean, yeah, every now and then,
yeah,
yeah,
every
for
now
sure.
and then,
But yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
but I get what you're saying. It wasn't like, damn, girl.
Right, a dramatic
Right.
change. It's like,
Right.
huh? But no, for real. All jokes aside, yeah, that was the first one. That was my first impression in person. Is that you looked the same. You was the
Yeah.
same woman, and that made it like all. That made it twice as better.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And after that, we had a great time.
Yeah, we did. A lot of fun. I think those are all my questions. Do you like those questions?
Those was
it's
nice
a good little
questions.
intro.
Yeah, a little nice intro, you know,
Alright.
to the McCalls and to our journey.
Yes, I agree.
It is dope.
I agree.
Think, yeah.
Stay tuned for more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, subscribe, comment, add us on our others. Follow us on our other social media as well. And let us know in the comments, what do you want us to talk about? What conversations do you want us to have? What conversations do you want to be a part of? Is there any specific topics? Is there anything that you want to know about our journey? And how we got here? Like, drop a comment, ask questions. We will answer them either in the comments or on our next video. And if you have any ideas for future videos, let us know too.
Mm-hmm.
We will definitely take that into consideration. So just interact with us.
Exactly. So with that being said,
Until
we
next
out of
time.
here. Until next time, like hit that little thumb bell, and it's a dumbbell.
I don't know. Oh yeah, a little notification.
Notification,
See?
yeah.
I don't know.
So y'all gotta hit that too.
Oh, okay,
so
hit that.
Don't forget to hit that. It can be right here,
I don't
right
know.
there,
I don't know.
there. You don't know where that's at?
No, I don't.
Oh well, it's there. So don't hit that thing so you don't miss anything. So we out.
Bye y'all.
Hey y'all. Bye y'all. Hey y'all, bye y'all. Yo,
First YouTube video
in the books.
In the books.